are we all going to be in stitches after this one? What? Oh my goodness. What are you guys talking about? Hello, hello. Welcome in. I want to do a button. I want to do a different button. I want to do that button. Hey, True. True's first thing is kitty. Welcome in. I did just reset the first word, so that means that you guys are, yeah, it's going to be saying all the things. Yeah, here we go. We have the welcomes. Hello, Miss Stephanie. Okay. Chris says the baby shower I'm going to is Pooh themed. Fabulous. And Stephanie says, I cooked ahead so I wouldn't have to leave in the middle again. Oh, honey, thank you. By the way, I keep on telling y'all other stuff that's going on at the same time. Did you know that one of the summits started today? If you saw my email, you saw that. And of course, I have to pull up my list because I don't remember which one's which. I think it's the holiday crafts, which that one, if I remember right, I did a shaker tag, a light up shaker tag in that one, but I don't know what date I'm popping up on. So I have to look at things. Yeah, it is. And hey, Ronan. Ronan's in the house. Yay. Okay, let me look at my calendar of events. So the Holiday Crafts Summit did start today. So I think the first, the presentations popped up, I think at 11:30, not sure, so I'm gonna have to go look. I think that one had the time different than what the other ones tend to be. Tomorrow, the stress-free card making summit starts. So that means you guys are gonna have 3 days of each. So today, Friday, and Saturday is holiday crafts, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday is stress-free. So you're gonna have 4 days of crafty goodness outside of hanging out with me. But it is what it is. And I am in both of those summits. So if you don't already have your ticket, let me push the button for upcoming events. If you don't already have your ticket, if you click on that link, it'll bring you to a page that has each of them. That doesn't sound stress-free to me. Well, Stephanie, the stress-free summit, the way that one works, that is from, okay, Holiday Crafts is all different holiday crafts. Okay, that one is being put on by Bet Doust. I'm probably saying her name wrong. But lots of fun videos for you guys to watch. And you could always just look at the event calendar to see which ones you want to watch, which ones you really want to watch on each day. And that's probably what I'm going to be doing. And then the stress-free, it's where we're going to be making cards. I think it was holiday themed this time. I don't remember. I've slept since then. Anyway, that one is where you use 5 or less products. Now, it doesn't count things like general cardstock or your die cutting machine, things like that. But basically, each of us was to show you how you can use those 5 things to create your cards. And if you know anything about Laurel Beard and Justine Hovey, they are the ones that are hosting that one. So they're always fun. I know. Better to lose a friend than to miss a punchline. Gosh darn it. Okay. Love y'all. Anyway, we do have a couple more summits that are coming up next month, but those are the last 2 for this month, meaning you're going to have a few weeks in between. Let's see. I start promoting for the fall card making scrapbooking fun summit. I start promoting for that on Monday. So you probably are going to see some things up from Tracy and Heather. They are the ones that are putting that on. That is Tracy Sundu and Heather Cameron. They're the ones putting on that summit. And so they're doing their testing thing now. But if you'd like to support me, wait until Monday because I will be getting those emails started. And the first ones will be going out on Monday for that summit. And that one's going to be fun too. I have so much fun with these summits. It's a Roman saying, in fact, as in from when they still use Latin. Wow. I don't know about that. I land punchlines just to make friends. Yes, you do, Ronan, and we love you. Okay, so it looks like Chris says, I'm sorry, I'm back. I had to grab my ticket. And then I'm seeing that Tasha Oh my gosh, Tasha, I've missed you. Hey, Tasha is back in here with us, and she has just resubscribed using her Twitch Prime over on Twitch. Thank you so much. So today we're going to be playing with Pooh Bear. I have my instructions. And you can print these instructions off of the Spellbinders website, so you can use the exact same thing that I'm using when you get yours. I got half a pack of the felt pack that goes along with this, so it's the right colors and everything for the entire set. And I'm just looking this. It doesn't have Piglet. They're going to have to come out with a Piglet. They're probably, the way that I've seen the other things that are Pooh Bear related so far is that they come out with the Pooh, the main thing. And this is classic Pooh, so these are like the old school ones, not any of the, I think that goes over there. I'm not sure. Not any of the newer things, but the classic, because, and same thing with Steamboat Willie. I remember hearing or reading something within like the last year before these things actually started coming out that said that if it is, that copyrights basically last for like 50 years. So we're now at the point where some of those old things are starting to come out where they're still popular. We still love them. And now we're going to get to play because different companies can actually use those images now, which I think is, I just think, yay, we get to play with them without having to worry about copyright. I have missed you so much, Tasha. You just don't know. Okay, so I've done my cutting. I think I have realized the whole cutting thing with felt. For me, I use my magic mat all the time. I have not seen anyone test using it with the magic mat, cutting felt with the magic mat. Every time I try to cut with the magic mat, with felt, I try to cut felt with my magic mat, it doesn't cut through all the way. So I am just going back and doing, because I'm impatient and I don't want to keep on recutting things, I'm using my precision base plate for all of this. It's probably just because I don't want to mar my acrylic plates. If you don't have the magic mat and you have no problem making these guys warped, I have accidentally cut into them, and they do have impressions from the pressure from different things, but they have lasted so friggin' long because I use the other. Oh, bother. Ronan. Oh, bother. Okay, so Stephanie says, after the author's death, that's the only... Oh, and that is only for the US. Other countries have different copyright laws. So 50 years after Walt Disney died? I don't even remember when he died. I just know that Disney in general, I think it's... Disney World is 70 years old or something now? Or Disneyland is, I don't know. I think they're having like their 70th anniversary of the park. But I thought it was the image. Huh. Okay, I did not know that. Terry wants to know how Tasha's little ones are doing, and Tasha says they're doing good. Yay. So thank you guys. I have done my die cutting, and like I said, I did not use my magic mat for these. Although I do have them sitting on a magic mat right now. I used my Big Kick, which is the same thing as the Big Shot, my old machine, and did it all using my new precision base plate, and everything cut like butter going through that. Because that may be an issue where I think some folks don't know, can I cut felt? Okay, so Walt Disney died in 1966. That was 60 years ago? Oh, Disney didn't renew the trademark. Okay, that makes sense. And it's probably the same thing with Pooh, which I don't imagine, yeah, the lawyers at Disney, I'm surprised that they didn't. So we've got a bunch of colors here of the felt. And they named all of them. It's like, yeah, it's like I'm reading through the instructions and it says to cut the Pooh body and from both body dies, which you can see on here that I did, from beeswax. So this color is beeswax, I think. I'm pretty sure it's the beeswax. Yeah, they've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They've got one, two, three different colors of yellowy orange. They've got a brown in here, and they've got a blue. And we're just going to work on Pooh. That's what we're going to work on. And so I haven't read through the rest of the instructions. Let me go ahead and show you the stuff I've cut out. So what they sent me is they sent me half sheets of the FS006 felt pack. So if you order your pack, you're going to have twice as much felt as that stack that I just put there. And I just realized I did not have time this morning because I was getting this stuff done to do your supply list. What is wrong with me? Let me get that started real quick. Because y'all want to know where to get or how to get your stuff, right? Love my keyboard. My keyboard is old and dirty and probably needs to be replaced. It's a wireless. I have not used a wireless in more than a decade. Anything other than a wireless in more than a decade. Same thing for my mouse. I can't deal with. I need to be able to pick them up and move them anywhere I need to do and not have to worry about the wires. It's bad enough having to unplug and plug in my headset when it starts to die. I had it charging overnight, so I shouldn't have that problem. Okay, so I need Pooh. Where's my Pooh? New collections on Spellbinders. I'm putting the thing in there. You guys are gonna have this in the description in just a sec. So let me do the entire page. If it'll give me a picture I can use. I don't like that picture. Nope. Oh, that one changes. That's weird. Okay, we'll do that one. Stitched Pooh. And then we need... I did not get any of the buttons. The buttons would be cute. I might have some buttons somewhere. I haven't used buttons on anything in forever. I hope you guys have been having fun with me coming live every day like this. Man, I'm loving the music. Last night I did new keyboards all seem to be much flatter. Well, okay, Todd likes the flat ones. I've been using this because I think it was one of they had the ergonomic at my job, and that's what I've used ever since. And I have trouble trying to use the others. So the flatter would be better. So somebody is being... Chris is needing to, because I'm not doing anything, Chris needs to see if they're good, naughty or nice, and they've been naughty. Okay, here is the link. I'll go ahead and pop it in the chat for y'all too, assuming that this lets me do it. So that is the supply list. I think it went to both sides. And now I'm adding it into the video. So now if you refresh your screen, if you're looking for the supply list and you don't see it, if you refresh your screen on YouTube, it'll be in the description there.
Oi, 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 yes, 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 love it, love it.
I love you, Anne. So here are our pieces. Okay, yeah, lots of pieces. And I need to tone this down just a little bit. There we go. So we have oh, welcome in. Hello. You haven't ventured into cutting felt before. Well, honey, neither had I. I actually got it because Spellbinder sent a couple of things that I thought were cute, and I thought, okay, I'll give it a try.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message. I love you. Now back to our show.
So that's one reason why I was letting you telling you what it is that I was using. I haven't done craft phone in a bit. What did you do? Anne just gifted a couple of folks subs over on Twitch. Thank you. I'm pretty sure it was over on Twitch. I'm just gonna double check the thing. Honey, thank you. One went to Terry Cooper. Terry Cooper got one, and then Scribbles and Nibbles got one. And Chris says that Santa is drunk again. I don't know if that's true. But yay. So we've got the back of Pooh. We've got the front of Pooh, so you can see his little face. Then we've also got two more that are cut out of batting. That's what these are. I've never actually used batting before. I know what it is and I know what it's for, but I've never actually used any. So I've got some batting, and then we cut out the arms and legs. So just like this is showing, we needed, and it's one die. Where's my dies? Here's my dies. So we've got the front of Pooh. And we have the back of Pooh and we have the front of Pooh. The front of Pooh cuts out his little ear and cuts out his eye. Okay. Then we've got the pieces for the arm and for his leg. So we needed to cut out a bunch of each. So 4 of each. So front and back of each limb. Okay. And then we did the batting as well. So we've got 2 of the arms and 2 of the legs for the batting. And then I've got some other pieces over here. And what I did something a little bit different than what I'm reading through the instructions and seeing how it works. Hey, Jana. Front, back, side to side. Absolutely, Ronan. So this die here has got his little nose. Okay, his little nose. So in the instructions, of course, I didn't read through the entire thing, but the first part, Jana's over on Twitch too. So on the first part, it said to cut out his eye and his ear out of charcoal, which is the black. Okay. And then it says that, you know, if you're using a different color, if you're using a lighter color or darker color of the bear of the browns, you don't have to do that. You can just put it behind it. So yeah, it is what it is. I went ahead and cut out the nose. So we have the little nose, and that's, I don't care how it goes down on there. And then I cut out the eye. So we have the eye, and I cut out the ear. And I did that by just layering this die over charcoal. Okay. And then I cut out a couple of extra pieces. So these two, I decided to just use the round piece that's on here. And I'm going to use that to kind of hold the things in place. Okay, because it says that these, the ear and the eye, are going to be inlaid. Yeah. I did not put that one in there. I went to Michael's, and this one is Helen Wrap and Zap. I will see if I can. I'm sure that I'll be able to find some batting on Amazon. I'll put that in there for you. I think you're just wanting to do your shopping now, so I'll do it now. So let me see if I can find it. Wrap and Zap. Because I wanted to make sure that I had it on hand, I just went to Michael's and got it. It is at Michael's. I don't see it coming up as being on Amazon, but I will check there too. And it's a big bag. It's a big bag. I'll be able to use this for pretty much a long time. I only use like a little bit of this, but look how much is in here. There's a ton of it. This one is cotton, natural cotton. Oh, it also says microwave safe, although, well, if you wanted to make a heat thing, like kind of like a cold pack, if you want to make a hot pack, I do know how to make one of those because I worked for a company that did it. I think they just used rice in it, and then you'd pop it in the microwave and you'd use it as a heating pad. And you could do that like with whatever kind of fabric that you wanted to do, make your own. But I think that's what they did. And that just means it would, if you put this on the outside of it, it would make it nice and soft. And yeah, nice and soft. And you wouldn't be feeling all those little kernels of rice. I think that's how it would work. So let me go ahead. I'm going to go over to Amazon and then try doing a search for that one too. Because I do have an Amazon link down there for you guys to use when you shop there. Hey, Maureen. Having computer issues, so watching on TV and lurking. Hello all. No worries, Maureen. Thank you so much for popping in, honey. Okay, this is Pellon. It's also by Pellon, so I'm going to just look up that. Pellon batting. So there's Nature's Touch, polyester, cotton. So it looks like they don't have, oh, there it is. They do have it on the website, and it looks like it might have been actually cheaper. It's like $14 right now. So let me grab that. And I will add that to that visual list for you, honey. Okay. And it has been added. So now you have the batting on there too. Now for the thread, I was just starting to go through. I've got so much friggin' floss. I really do. I've got way too much. Hey, Adeline. I'm grabbing this one. It says DMC 25. I don't know if that's the color. Oh, here we go. The color I'm going to use is 743. I think it matches pretty decent, so I'm just going to use it. And I know that Spellbinders has got floss as well, so when you're looking on the Spellbinders website for the dyes, check out their floss as well. But that's the color I'm going to try using, and I need to actually put this on a bobbin thingy too at some point. I don't know when I'm going to do that. I've got so many things I want to reorganize. All right, so let's look at the instructions and see what it says to do. I can't look at the instructions because you know what? I got Pooh Bear stuff all over my. I have Pooh stuff all over my. all of my instructions. Okay, I'm gonna move them off to the side. I've got the. No, I don't think this one needs to be filled with litter. That's why we've got the batting. I'm pretty sure that is the reason for it. I'm gonna try to stack these so it's easier for me to find all the things. Legs, arms, and then these pieces that go behind the charcoal stuff. Okay, so in step 2 it says with tweezers carefully inlay the inlay eyes and inner ears. Turn the felt piece over and cut out 2 small pieces of beeswax felt. Add glue over eye and inner ear and place felt scrap on top. Yep, that's what I was thinking. That's why I cut out these little circles. Since I had a circle die, might as well do it while I'm doing that. Okay. So let's put our little nose over there. So we're going to do it on this piece. I'm just going to try to fit that in there. Hey, Stephanie. How are you doing, honey? And doing the inlay makes it so the surface is pretty smooth. You don't have to do that. You could just put a piece of whatever the darker cardstock, darker felt is underneath it and glue that in place because we're going to be gluing those in place anyway. What this does is make it so that is all smooth instead of you having a little divot there. Okay, I'm going to say it's good enough. Actually, I think it looks better on this side. So I think I'm gonna have my bear facing this direction. Nope, I want it this way. I want him to be facing that way. That's okay. So yeah, I'm taking him out and I'm putting him in through the back because that made it look cleaner on the front. Because some of the fibers kind of. I just realized that the music is loud. Y'all didn't tell me. I think it's loud. Okay, maybe it's not. All right. I don't know. Y'all have to let me know if the sound is too loud or if it's about right. Because I can't really tell on my end what comes through on your end. So Stephanie's in the house online. I love having all you guys here. I'm going to try to get my YouTube caught up. There we go. Alrighty. Okay, Stephanie says she can't hear the music. I may have turned it down too much. And now we have Jack, which I can't hear at all. Yeah, I did not hear Jack at all. Thing is, I didn't adjust that part, so I'm not sure. Alrighty. Uh-oh, I put something in the stream showcase on Discord. Okay, Jack is extra loud. I was adjusting things yesterday, and I don't know. Maybe it might be over here. Okay, so that's Bump in the Night. I'm going to just see if I can fix it real quick for y'all. Okay, we're going to put that at 18%. Hopefully that'll work. I'm wondering if it's where you're hearing double.
Ho, ho, ho!
Oh, I remember what I was doing there. Let's see. Huh. I still don't know why I'm not hearing Bump in the Night. Filters, filters, filters. It shows it's supposed to play. I don't know. Okay, so all of that is extra loud. Okay, so that is the creepy music. I don't know why it's so loud for y'all. And now I can finally hear it, and I don't know why it was so loud for y'all, though. I don't know. I will have to figure this stuff out again. It's a thing. It is definitely a thing. So you couldn't hear the music, but you could hear... I don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay, I'm going to put some glue behind... around our little eyeball and on the eyeball. And then I'm going to put this piece of felt down. So this, once that dries, it's going to hold the eye in place. Bethany can hear the music the whole time. Awesome. Because somebody said that they couldn't hear the music. Y'all are going to make me have to go back and rewatch the video. Okay, so now we have our little Pooh Bear face. I do need to add his little nose, but I think I'm going to do the nose. I think the nose needs to be done after the stitching. So, on to the next step. I don't want to lose the nose. I'm going to put it over with the dies on top of the leg. For when I forget where it is, I'm telling y'all, it's on top of the leg. Okay, so now it says that I need to trim the batting so it's going to be smaller and so that there's going to be a border to sew around. Okay. So I'm just lining that up. I need to sharpen my tweezers, my scissors. I don't have scissors that are specific for felt. I need to find another pair of scissors so that I can just use it for now and then I can figure it out later. And then hopefully Todd won't steal my scissors again. Because he does that. I was looking for my main scissors yesterday, day before, something like that, and it's like, where are my scissors? I was looking for this pair. My big ones, and I couldn't find them. I was like, and then I wound up looking on his desk, and apparently he was using those at some point when he was working on his bicycle. And didn't tell me. He did come over and say, can I borrow a pair of scissors at another point? Because I don't think you want me to put my dirty hands on your pretty scissors. But he didn't tell me that he had stolen a pair. Okay, cutting off little Pooh's ears. We're just going to trim it down a little bit on the inside of the entire thing. And to save you money, they did not make a die that does this. Okay, that is part of the purpose. They don't do that. You can also use these dies to do paper or other things too. You don't have to save them just for felt. These also don't have the holes. So it's going to be real easy for you to use these on your cards too. Hey Carmen, welcome in, honey. I'm probably trimming off more than I need. That's okay. I'd rather be using my reverse tweezers. I mean, my reverse, my other small scissors. And it's been a while since I haven't used them. So that actually was, the spring assist scissors actually are very good. These scissors are Fiskars scissors that I got at Joann's like 3 years ago. These are Fiskars scissors that I got off of, I think I got them at Joann's also, but they are on Amazon and they are on my supply list. I think both of them are on my Amazon supply list. Okay, so this is gonna go there. This has got Pooh's face going the opposite direction. That's okay. Oh, no it doesn't. It just has it like, okay. This goes there, this goes there. Okay, it goes like that. Oh no, the blue one. These I think are also Fiskars. I'm not sure. Okay, this says Loops and Threads. I have no idea where I got them from. But I did notice that just me using them with my fingers in there, it wound up putting an indent in my finger. Isn't that fun? So for all of these, we also need to put our batting. And this does show that we need to have these trimmed too. I'm using my good scissors because, yeah, they're going to feel better on my hand. Mine like that have a blade edge on one side. Nope, these have got that bevel on both sides, so both sides have got the blade. And these are my titanium. I love my titanium. Mostly because the sticker, it doesn't stick. You got the blue ones from ECR? Yeah. So I'm trimming this down to, this is going to give us a little bit of stitching room. And if I had started this sooner, I was bad. I slept in today. I didn't mean to. It's like I woke up, I think like around 5:30, and it's like, okay, I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to try to get at least a couple more hours because I do that. I wake up usually every couple of hours. Yeah, I do that a lot. And so yeah, I woke up probably about 5:30. I thought, okay, I'll get another couple of hours of sleep. And then Todd got up when it was time for him to, got ready, went to leave the house to go to the office today. So he's not here. And woke me enough to kiss me goodnight. And I decided, okay, I'm gonna roll over and go back to sleep for like 15 minutes. Yeah. I wake up, it's like almost 10. So I got in the shower, I got all that stuff done, came in here and started, I don't even remember what I started working on. I started working on something and then I look at the clock and it's like, it's 11. I kind of need to do this. I kind of need to get these done. Okay, so that batting is close enough. I think I'm going to just trim a little bit more off of the end. I might want to make sure I've got room to add my stitches, and I don't even know for sure how we're doing the stitches yet. So there's one. This one does need a little more trimming. I was thinking that the other one was trimmed too thin, and it turns out, nope, it was about right. So why is Frankie waking up so early? Kids like that should not be waking up in the middle of the night. They should get their energy out all day. And I know yours are hyper because, yeah, they're normal kids. But yeah, if they should get all their energy out during the day, and they should sleep like a baby all night, right? Okay, so we got, that was, oh, I tried to take that one off of that one. Danielle says hi to Eyeline. So we've got our two little arms. Get back on there. Okay, now I need to trim it down for the legs. I know this is the boring part because we're not, well, all of this is the boring part because stitching is not really exciting. I don't think. Ronan, do you stitch? Actually, a lot of guys in the military, they do know how to sew because they kind of had to. I remember that Bob knew how to sew. Hey, Jennifer. Welcome in, hon. I haven't even looked to see how many people are hanging out with us today yet. So YouTube side says 20 folks, and this is when y'all are not getting, I am not giving the Pooh Bear away. Cards I give away. I have not been giving away any of my stitch things yet. Well, I've given a couple of things to my mother-in-law, but that's because she's my mother-in-law, you know? And she comes to see me, and so I don't have to ship it. I do need to figure out shipping better, though. I've got some things I want to mail out, and I haven't done it yet. I've got some ideas. Yeah. Anne says very many. Shh. Ronan is Stitch. Okay. That is funny. I think I'm going to need a cough drop because my throat is already getting scratchy today. I'm sorry, guys. If I don't sound right, I do apologize. I need to find out whether or not Beth's doing any lives. I think she did a pre-show last night, but I don't recall there being any lives with us, with the speakers. But I also may have missed the sign-up or something. I didn't know it. Aww! Jen put little bears all over. Okay, so we've got the batting done, unless I need to trim something. Next, step 4. It says to use Z744. And what color did I say mine was? Mine's 743. It's close. It was close. So it's saying to use 1 strand of 744 DMC floss. Or for a more visible stitching effect, feel free to use 2. And it says to use a whip applique stitch or a blanket stitch. I think just by looking at this, I think I know what they're talking about, a whip stitch. I think that's probably just around and around and around and around. Whereas the blanket stitch was around, but you kind of hooked it onto the other. Oh, really? I did not know. This is my second one with her. I did not know she was quitting it. It is a lot of work. I do know that. And I know that this time around, there were some of I know that she was involved in other summits, and I think that caused a delay in us getting some of our information. I think I'm going to do the 2 stitches because the 2 strands because I kind of want it to be, I just want to make sure that it's sturdy. Okay, and then here's my little thing of needles, which I did find. Did not know it, but I did find this. Okay, so that means, guys, that if you don't already have your ticket, or if you're not already doing stuff with Bet, you need to go and give her some support. Okay, this one does feel sharp. I want to make sure that it's sharp but not too sharp. If you're doing stitching on felt and you've got the holes, then using one of the needles that has a blunt tip is fine. And I just touch the end, and I know that this one is definitely a sharp one because it hurt a little bit when I poked myself.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message. I love you. Now back to our show.
And I think this is available on Spellbinder's website too, I think. I seem to remember seeing it. Let me see if I can find that real quick so I can add that on there. And it's from DMC. Both of the things are from DMC. So this one is a threader, and I just put a magnet on the back so it would stick to my little box. And then the box is also, the box has magnets inside it too. Okay, the box is not available at Spellbinders, and the DMC threader is actually out of stock, but I'm going to add it anyway. Okay. And then I'm going to go on to Amazon and look up DMC so that maybe it's there. I'm trying to be good, guys. I should have done this ahead of time. I am so sorry. So many DMC things. Kitty! Maybe if I type in magnetic. There it is. And again, it was something that I picked up at Joann's, but it is available on Amazon. Okay, so it is now in the list. Ruth's in the house. Hey, Ruth. And I just noticed that you typed exclamation point like, and I forgot that I had a command that was exclamation point like. So the exclamation point like says, if you like if you're having fun, here's where you can like, subscribe, like, share, and subscribe. Yeah. We got lots of folks in here today. I love that. Time for hauls. And I'll be honest, this threader, I like it much more. Ruth says, I only vaguely remembered you said you did a while ago. But I love this threader because the other ones that are this kind, you can't see it, the kind with the little wires, I have broken them. I have lost them. It's like, it doesn't really stand out and make it so I see it. This with the big handle there, and then these other pieces are also threaders, depending on the size of your hole on your needles. So, and then me adding a magnet to it was great. I love that. And that's just one of the part of one of the magnet sheets that I use. It's the magnet sheets I use have got an adhesive on the back, so you can take the release paper off and use them as a magnet. Okay, Ruth is wanting to know what flavor. I think she's talking about my cough drops, and these are just the honey. These are just the honey.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message. I love you. Now back to our show.
Oh, that is too cool, Idolide. If you haven't checked out the things on Discord, there is a stream showcase area. And in that one, I ask you guys to post your pictures and then I will show them up on the stream on Tuesday. And Idolide just put some stuff in there about an hour ago. Another one of her Halloween lanterns. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay, so it says to sandwich the felt with the batting in between and then to stitch it about a 1/16 of an inch from the edge. Okay, so I'm going to start doing one of the legs. Let's see, I'm going to start up at the top, and I think I might need to either shift that down or trim a little. I could trim a little. Yeah, I'm doing one. Well, I should probably do the legs first. Yeah, I like trying things out and getting started on a part that is not going to be as noticeable first, in case I screw up. That's me. And if you're having any kind of I don't know, if you're not sure if you want to do it, if you're thinking I don't know if I can do this stuff, Terry, I think you can. I would say with everything, make sure you're using the right quality of dyes. So Terry Cooper was saying, so you can use most dyes with felt. These dyes are Spellbinders dyes, and to me, they're all basically the same exact quality as what I always get from Spellbinders. I have gotten cheaper dyes from other places before, especially when I was first starting. Okay, I need to do this down here at the bottom where it's not going to get noticed. So it says about a 1/16 of an inch. So basically about the distance that I do my cards from the edge, right? When I'm putting the panel down. I also need to tie a knot in the end, and I'm not good at the knots. I'm going to do a double knot because that's what I do. I would be better at this if I were still cross-stitching like I used to, but I don't really cross-stitch anymore. I don't have the time to do all of the things. Thinlits don't... Well, these are basically thinlits. Again, it depends on the quality of the material. If your dies are going to bend easily, it may not work as well with this. And it depends on where you get them from. I would think that if it's from Sizzix or Spellbinders, those are probably the two best companies when it comes to the quality of the dies. I don't have any problems with ones that I've got from Scrappy Tales or Not Too Shabby or some of those companies, because those people care enough to make sure that they're getting good quality. Carmen says her arms hurt from shaking her Waverly paints. Honey? Okay. I do want to make sure that I'm actually starting at the right spot. I don't want to be too close to the edge, but I don't want to be too far from the edge. You know, I don't want to have it to be too much. That's why they let you know 1/16 of an inch should be good. Okay, first stitch done. Hey Danielle, welcome in, honey. And you kind of want to keep your stitches somewhat close together. And if you want it to look right and look the best, you'll probably want to keep them pretty much even. You know, have the distance apart pretty even. Mine are probably not going to be because I'm not real good at this, but I am getting better. Just like with everything, the more you do, the better you're going to get. Okay, there we go. I think that's better for y'all. So you'll be able to see. Have you thought about putting foam pads in between instead of batting? Yeah, that would probably work too. I've actually, last year when I did the ones around Christmas time, the little reindeer and stuff, The felt that I had was so crappy. It was Michael's felt, but the felt that I used was so bad. I just used some of that when I started doing some of the batting. Yeah, just used some of it and it worked fine. I think this is probably going to be more sturdy and it's going to feel nicer because I'm going to be using better quality materials. It's just like with everything. If you use good quality materials, it's going to look good. Okay, so that's what my stitches look like so far. And you can see that they are, some of them are further out than others. But this is also hand stitched. So just like our cards are handmade, not Hallmark, those imperfections actually make them more, I don't know, more special. I do want to try to keep this as good as I can, so I'm going to try not to screw up too much, but it's going to be impossible for me to have all of my stitches exactly even. Yeah, but I don't see any reason why you wouldn't be able to use foam. It's just not going to feel the same. It's not going to feel like fabric. It's going to feel like there's foam in there. Foam does tend to be a bit stiffer than the batting is going to be. The batting is soft and flexible. Yeah, it's okay. It's Winnie the Pooh. I am going to have to look up the words whip stitch and make sure that this is what I'm actually doing before I tell y'all that this is what I'm doing. And the thread keeps on trying to wind itself up. And I think that that's probably normal. Is anybody else planning on making some of these? I'm thinking Jen is probably a yes, because I know that she has been super excited about all things Pooh. And when will y'all be sharing your pictures in the stream showcase? Okay, so Jen says, my hubby has a non-Hallmark saying, for those who don't care to send the very best. Well, I know they say for those who care, who want to, I know that they consider themselves the best, and they're good for printed cards, but it's not what we do, guys. I mean, I actually like the handmade cards so much better than ones that are that are printed, and I gotta thread my needle again. Anyway, I like the handmade ones so much better. I feel that, number one, there was more effort, and so that's just one part, but also there's most of the time they are sturdier. Most of the ones that I've gotten from people are absolutely gorgeous. You can tell that they've got better quality materials in them than what the Hallmark cards are made out of. Hallmark cards are basically printed on a glossy cardstock. It's not going to be the 300 GSM like what my card bases are. But yeah, they don't feel the same. They don't look the same. They don't feel the same. Yeah, I love me a handmade card. I don't know if we're going to get all of him done today. It is, right now it's just one. So this has actually gone pretty quick considering I had to do all that cutting. And we just got started on the stitching. So we'll see. I might be able to get all of Pooh done today. Okay, why is that? Not if I got wind up with things not wanting to go through the... Why is it not working? It's like it's stuck. Okay. I don't know what happened there. Jen says, I love everything handmade is precious. Yes. And it's very unique, and it's where no one else is going to have anything exactly like it. I mean, we come close to having identical things because, yeah, we share what we do, right? No! Okay. Poor Bethany. She burned herself with a glue gun. Yeah, I haven't made bows, mostly because I don't have anyone that would wear them. I've also never done, believe it or not, I have never done a craft show. I've thought about it. I looked at the price initially on a couple of the ones. It's like, but what if I don't sell anything? That's my concern. It's like I will have wasted the money for the cost of the booth, and I just have not had that kind of confidence. Last time I looked, but the last time I looked was probably about 4 years ago. I know the quality of what I make is better now, so maybe I'll do another one at some, or maybe I will look into doing one again. Band-Aids on Bethany. I'm so sorry you burnt yourself, honey. It happens. It happens to all of us. I don't use a glue gun often, but when I do, I tend to burn myself. Oh, wait. Just found a stitch that didn't actually finish. There we go. Yeah, I had a stitch that was looped around the end, and I had to go back and get it and pull it tighter. Our little foot's almost done. Now, it's not real fluffy, but it is a little soft. It does feel like it's a little more substantial than just a couple of pieces of felt. A couple of pieces of felt does feel flat. The strawberry that I use as a keychain, that one does feel flat. It's actually 3 layers of felt, and the felt feels flatter than the batting. The batting does give it a little bit of extra softness. Oh, Stephanie, thank you. I mean, I haven't even been to a craft show in forever, so I need to start looking into that and see if I can meet some of the local folks and maybe do one next year. It really depends on time because, yeah. I do wind up with extras that I donate, but you guys have been basically making it so that almost everything that I make right now, I am actually giving away to one of y'all. So I don't have a whole lot of extras right now. But I've also been showing you recently, you know, how you can mass produce some of the things. You don't have to do one, you can do many. But every time I do that, then you guys want all of them. Ruth says, I'm on a light diet. I eat by daylight, I eat by moonlight, and sometimes I eat by fridge light. What do you call a detective that solves crimes by accident? Sherlock Holmes. Good grief. Joke of the day from Miss Ruth. I think I probably did the stitches a bit tighter than I needed to. That's okay. This is the first leg. They're gonna all be different. I don't know if dad joke is working. I think he is. So you can try typing in ! dad joke and see what happens. And I don't know if add dad joke is working either, because it uses the same thing that, or add joke. I don't know if that one's working because it uses the same thing that does my ideas. And I have not gone in there to try to fix it. I have a feeling that because of the power going out at one point, it probably took that out. That's probably the reason that stopped working. So, hey, Carmen. I mean, the last idea that got posted was in July. And I know that I've typed in some since then. So, yeah. You have a craft fair on the 4th. Oh, on Saturday, your 4th one. Wow. Fabulous. How do you do at them? Well, it's also, you're in the UK and it is cold out and it's getting close to Christmas. So Christmas time is probably a good time to do craft fairs, but I haven't done one. I think the last thing I did that was kind of sort of almost a craft fair was, yeah, that looks like I got too much there. I'm gonna have to trim that a little bit. Was actually when I was getting ready to get married and I was planning my wedding. And that was a bridal show kind of thing. So it was like a craft fair kind of thing, I think. And it's mostly because I was going to do all the things myself. Why did the tomato blush? Because he saw the salad dressing. Okay, so looks like I may have turned off the thing on the screen, and that's fine. But good to know that it works in the chat for y'all. So I may have to figure out if I can do that. I just need to probably turn something on. Terry Cooper just started a Tangia dungeon over on the Twitch, so if you are on Twitch, type !join to join her in the dungeon and see what you're gonna kill over there. Could be orcs, could be, I don't know. I don't even know what all's in there. Jen's going in, starting in 2, 1, and off they go. Yeah, it looks like Ruth got in there late. Almost done with his foot. And I do believe that my stitches are a bit too tight. And that's okay. This is the first one. I'm just not going to do quite so many stitches the next time around, I think. Oh, maybe Sunday, depending on the weather and childcare situation. Yeah, understand that one. Okay, I'm going to attempt to tie this one off using the end that is sticking out there, and then I'm going to trim them both down. Actually, I just did the tying, so that should be fine. So I'm going to do instead, going to trim it, cut that one off. And then I'm just going inside where those stitches are and just pulling my thread down in there. So it's going to be in there, and that's basically going to have it tied off there too, and just cut it off at the end. There we go. We have our leg. We have a little Pooh Bear leg. And I actually didn't have to cut another piece of thread. Bethany says, luckily I have a high tolerance for pain, so you should be pain-free pretty quickly. Over 100 bows? Wow. Yeah. I used to count how many cards I made. I don't even do that anymore. I do that when I've got a goal of how many I need to get done. Okay, so Ruth says, Bethany, use it as an excuse to treat yourself to ice cream. And you say that as I'm trying to drop pounds. I have noticed, I was looking at my records from when I've done weigh-ins every day this week, and I've noticed that I think what I'm doing right now is like, it depends on what I eat as to if I eat food all day. If I don't eat anything, then I drop down to the minimum, and then if I eat something the next day, then it goes back up. It's like a 2-pound fluctuation up and down. And I'm pretty sure that that's what it is that I'm doing. It's like, well, that kind of sucks. That's okay. Oh, I didn't tie a knot in the end. That would make it easier. I can probably get away with just one instead of doing double knots, so we will see. It stayed in. Awesome. I'm going to put it underneath my batting so that it is out of the way, and then I shouldn't need to trim it at the end. How about an ice lolly? That's just frozen flavored water. I know. I'm just trying. I'm trying to do the things, and I haven't been able to get back to the gym. But now that we have a second vehicle, I will be able to do that once I have the time to do it. Yeah, right now I've just got to get some things done. Like yesterday, I didn't realize it, but I have another summit video I need to record, and it's due in a couple of days. Yeah, it's due in a couple of days. And then I also want to get something done for Ranger, because I haven't done my first design team project for them yet. Just because time. Okay, I am spreading my stitches out a little bit more on this. I'm not as concerned that now that I've done one, I'm not as concerned that anything's going to come out of my... Not like the batting's going to come out of the foot. I think that's going to be fine. So I am spreading these stitches out, I think about twice the width as what I had the first time around. And I think this is more consistent with what we had when we were stitching the other things, like the like Fergus. I think these are still a bit tighter than my Fergus, but not by a whole lot. Hey, Tamara. Yeah, we've got 1 foot done so far. We're working on the second leg now. I know, I'm not doing the fun part yet. It's like the fun part is the part where we do the whole body, right? But this, I may actually be able to get done. This is really simple, and it's basically just the one piece. I mean, there are other things that you could add on, but Pooh's just only this big. He's only like 3.5 inches tall, so he's super cute. And yeah, so I think that's going to work out really good. And I need to remember what I'm doing because I got distracted. Okay, I don't want to stitch the batting. I want to go around the batting. And this piece, it's like it's just that angle. And this is the last one that's got that angle. So, yeah. And the thread keeps trying to go around the foot. Don't go around the foot. Stay up there. There we go. Yeah. So yeah, I think he's going to be cute. At some point, I'm going to have to make myself a pincushion thing, because I haven't had one of those in years. There might be one in my old sewing kit, but I don't know. Because I made a few things. I mean, I think one of the last big projects I did, I made a dress for my stepdaughter for Halloween. I think that was 2002. And it was so pretty, but Florida weather is weird. It's like when you're trying to plan for, even for Halloween, that part of the year, you know, that's late into fall, you can't tell if it's going to be roasting or if it's going to be cold. And so the dress would have been fine if it was for cold, because it was almost antebellum kind of thing. Lots of lace, long dress, so pretty. And I think she wound up having to change into her witch costume halfway through the party because it was just too hot. That might have been 2001, but I think it might have been 2002. I can't remember if it was the last Halloween. It's probably 2002. Honey, stop talking about food. Just stick to Madagascar vanilla ice cream. Oh, goodness. Caramel fudge cookie dough. Stop it. Stop it, guys. I'm still using my needle book I made in school in 1970. Wow, I don't even know what a needle book is. You'll have to share a picture of it over in Discord. Because there are other channels besides the stream showcase. Oh, Adelaide did some embossing. Pretty. Yeah, I just happen to have the stream showcase up right now. So when y'all post stuff in there, I see it. And it was an accident. It could have happened to anyone. For their Halloween party tomorrow, Ellie wants to be Minnie Mouse, Danny wants to be Rapunzel, and Frankie wants to be a Pikachu. Did you have to make all of the costumes, and did they decide this yesterday? That was the worst thing about Halloween for my girls all of their life. Every time we would go to the store for a Halloween costume, they would... it basically would have if I tried to go early, let's say we tried to go, I don't know, 2 weeks before Halloween, they would have changed their mind by the time Halloween rolled around. So we were basically stuck with having to go like a couple of days when the costumes are gone, and the ones that are there are, I think a lot of them were overpriced. It's like all that was left was the expensive stuff. Of course, one year we did have Destiny in my husband's scrubs with a bandage, with her head wrapped up in a bandage that we put like food coloring on, and she was a mental patient. It was so funny. I think the last couple of years Destiny did her own though, because she was at that age where she had a job. And she could buy her own costumes, because I wasn't going to be going to Hot Topic to buy her stuff as a Halloween costume. Okay, so Bethany says, Ellie decided yesterday. So to Amazon I went this morning. Frankie I just bought secondhand, and Danny was Rapunzel last year, so they were easier. Tamara says, I will bravely try embossing this weekend. I love it, but won't do it. Have all the supplies. Oh my goodness, but try Monday. I'll have a real embossed item. So you're talking about heat embossing, right? Yay, I can't wait to see it. Andrea says, I'm going to show how young I am. I don't know what a change book is. What a change book is. I don't know what that is either. Oh, Jen is saying I'm cheating. Fried dill pickle potato chips. Okay, my stitches are coming in faster and they are pretty straight. They're not too straight. Some of them are too close to the edge, I think, but that's okay. I think these are going to be okay. And all of my stitches are trying to go to the side because the thread just wants to go that way. You see what it's doing? It's not wanting to stay straight. I pull it straight, it still does it. I don't know why. It's okay. Every time I try to straighten it out, it does the same thing. Bethany says we have 3 Halloween events this year, though, so we'll see what they choose per event. Oh my God. Well, at least with Amazon, you can get the stuff faster. The only choice we really had with my girls growing up, because this was in the 90s, guys, right? We had Party City and we had Target. Of course, when I was a kid, we had Kmart. And I wound up being a vampire every year, so it really didn't matter. I just used my mom's makeup to do my face to be a vampire every year. And I just wear something black. I think at one point I did take ballet for a little while. So I had my leotards and tights and those stretched. So I used those for a few years, I think, when I was real young. But I always wanted to be a vampire. That was it. And then in 1985, I think it was 85, I bought a Halloween costume. I actually bought one because we never bought our Halloween costumes. But I bought a Halloween costume, and it was this long black, this black dress where it was like cut, so it was like shredded at the bottom and stuff, and it had this spiderweb cape thing that I took apart and added the spider webs as sleeves to the dress. And that was my vampire costume. I think I also got a cape, but I'm not 100% sure. I may have made a cape. I know later on I wound up making a cape, but I wore that thing every year for like, I don't know, at least 10 years? At least 10 years. Probably longer. There's a picture on my Facebook with some people in Halloween costumes from an old Halloween party. That was actually a party when my late husband was still alive. I think that one was probably 02. That was the 02 one, because that was the last one that Bob was. That's the first one that I ever did that was for the adults, because before that we did them for the kids, and the kids decided they were too old for it, so we stopped doing them. But that dress is also the one that I bought in 1986. No, 1985. 1985. Okay. Last stitch on our little foot here. And that one is tucked inside. So now we have his little legs. Oh, oh gosh, I see that. I do see that. So Bethany says that she put the bow making chaos in Discord. So here's her bow making chaos. I have those clips, by the way. That is a lot of them. And are you doing a craft show? Or I did see in another picture, where did it go? Why is it not? Oh, I didn't hit the right thing. I did see another picture that you posted somewhere, because I also noticed that you've got your logo and stuff on all the things. I saw where you had it like up on a stand. Was that at a craft show, or are you selling in a store, or how are you doing that? I'm just curious. That doesn't even show the ones taking up my desk. Yeah. It's also one way that you get really good at stuff is by doing a lot of it. And mass production, it is a great way to get a lot of stuff done. When I would do mass production of cards, I'd make all my card bases. And you guys see, most of the time I don't have card bases made. I make them on the fly now because I do individual cards. But, you know, you do all your stamping, and then you do all your die cutting, and then you do all of your trimming of all the panels, and then you put together, like, I don't know, 5, 10, 20 cards all in one shot because you've got all the pieces all ready to go. We should probably do a, I don't know what to call it. I want to do co-working sessions. That's one thing I want to do. And I want to know if it's something that you guys would be interested in, because I'm thinking I could do that. We could do it in Discord, or I could do it as a Zoom. I know you guys are more familiar with Zoom, and only a couple of people have tried to pop into a Discord, but it's got kind of the same thing. It does have a video channel. So we could do something like that, but I don't really know what to call it. And I know I say that a bunch, and then I think sometimes you guys tell me stuff, and then I forget what it was that you guys suggested. So, yeah. Ooh. Bethany says, selling in a store from October to March, but 1, maybe 2 craft fairs this weekend. I also have special orders in there too. Wow. When my kids were young, my oldest wanted me to make all of their costumes. I made witches and ballerinas, butterflies, pink bunnies, but my younger ones wanted her store-bought. Store-bought definitely saves time, and that's with everything. That's one of the things that me and Todd have been talking about lately, because some of the stuff, okay, let's talk about cars, because that's kind of the part of what we're doing. The cars and the bicycles. Yeah. He loves working on his bicycle. He loves putting things together, and he actually does some of the carbon fiber stuff himself. It's kind of carbon fiber and resin to make the shapes of things, to make custom shaped things. So he does that sometimes. But yeah, you can also buy the part instead of having to custom make it. So it really depends. Number one, do you love doing it? Right? Do you love doing it? Does it bring you joy? Because let's be honest, a lot of the times, a lot of the things that we make that are handmade, we do not make the money back that we put into it. If you even think about the amount of time you put into it. Oh, did I do a double knot there? I guess I did. I didn't realize I did. Let me tie those 2 knots together, because they are about a little less than 1/4 inch apart. Bump, 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 bump. If my fingers would actually function. Oh, I gotta tell y'all this. When I was looking for the batting, I was looking for the batting in my junk room, and on the floor I came across this tube. It's like, well, not really a tube. It's where stuff is kind of Hey, Stamper Girl. She says, "What? You are sewing now?" I'm making Pooh Bear. Did you not see the title? The title is Let's Stitch. We are stitching Winnie the Pooh. I've got his legs done. His legs are done. But But yeah, if it doesn't give you joy, then there's really no point in doing it. I'm just saying. But it does give me joy. I mean, you could definitely buy a card less expensive than what we make, but they're not going to be the quality. It's just not going to look as nice. And like I said, I like the look of handmade better now. I mean, there were back in the 90s, I would buy a box of cards. I would actually buy a couple of boxes of cards. There were, I think at that point I had close to 100 people that I was sending out Christmas cards to. And I would inevitably, there would be people that were left off the list and then I would forget. And at one point I had software where I could print it, and I printed it on plain copy paper and folded the paper in half and half again. So it wound up being A2. I didn't know the words back then. And that would be the last few people I would give cards to, and they wouldn't actually be on cardstock of any sort. They would be on plain copy paper. I did have a color printer though, so they were at least in color. But yeah, that's what we did back then. I didn't know anything about card making at that point. I just printed, picked something, printed it out. It was just where I was giving out Christmas cards and that's it. It wasn't where I had to actually think about it. We put a lot of thought and care into all of the things that we create. And you making all of those costumes, making costumes can take weeks and weeks. So that was not an option for my kids most of the time because, like I said, they would change their minds at the last minute. Probably because one of their friends said, "Oh, I'm going to be yada yada." Stephanie said she did the same thing. Yeah. Well, we didn't know, right? It's where Windows had come out and we were getting, I mean, in the 90s was when all the technology was starting up, when we were getting computers in the houses and all of the things. Before that, you didn't have computers in your home. And you didn't have a cell phone. You definitely didn't have a cell phone. The first cell phone that I got was probably mid-90s. And the reason that we got it was because I was going to be driving to Alabama by myself for a trial. And Bobby wanted to make sure that I was safe just in case. So we went to Radio Shack and bought a phone for a penny plus a 2-year contract.
Message. I love you. Now back to our show.
Thank you, Jen. But yeah, that was back when you could do that. It's like they would have these promotions where you would buy a phone for a penny because they had to sell it for something, and you just were locked into the contract, right? You did Bianca, Wonder Woman. Wow. Magician. Yeah, I was just a vampire every year. That's it. I don't remember what my girls were every year. I think Adrian, the first Halloween she was with us, she was 2 years old. We had her as a little we had her as a pumpkin. She had a little pumpkin costume, and I painted her face, so I drew the black triangles over her eyes and stuff with eyeliner. She was so friggin' adorable, though. I miss her. I miss the girl that she was. Let's put it that way. I'm not really happy with I love people, and I believe that they can do so much and all. But she has been one that, first off, I don't ever hear from her, and then when I do hear about her from one of her friends that also doesn't hear from her, it's where we find out she did what? She did what? And I've got other friends. It's like, what are you thinking, people? There's no reason to be like that, you know? Life is too short. And everybody has got so much potential, and I'm disappointed and sad when I see that they don't even try to live up to what they could do. It's just sad. Anyhow. Okay, Bethany is off. Catch you later if I'm still running when you get back. Going to have to stop for custard and cheese curds. Oh my God. Stop talking food. I haven't eaten today. I'm trying not to. What I need to do is I need to get back to the gym. So I'm hoping in the next week or so I can start going back to the gym. You know, we have 2 running vehicles and I'm never stranded. Well, it's not like I'm stranded. I'm busy doing things. It's not like I'm trying to go do things. And I always felt guilty when I would steal Todd's car when I would be when he was at home. So I do want to get back to the gym though, and now I can actually do the schedule that I want to do, which is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That is basically the way that when I was lifting weights and doing the stuff with Bobby back in the day, that was the initial workout schedule. So that's still in my head, and I it's one of those things, you do things often enough, you have a habit that even when you don't do it for a long time, you want to get back to it, you could fall back into it very nice. What?
Hi.
Silver? We have a raid, guys! Welcome, raiders! And yes, the song is going to keep going, so I'm going to shut up because I like this. I love the song. Hide your diamonds. Silver's in the house. Hi, Tina. Hi, Angel Baby. Welcome in, guys.
Silver the Diamond, which rated your channel with 4 viewers.
Thank you for the raid. I love that one. And it's actually a freebie. It's a copyright free on YouTube. So hopefully it won't be an issue. But, you know, Twitch may decide to block it too. Who knows? But that'll be for the replay, right? If it does, then I will have to just see what I can do to fix things. I don't know. Because that's something that Jen let me know last week. Thank you, Jen. I think it was Jen. That last week there was something that popped up saying that some of the music was being blocked. And I'm like, what? And it turns out it wasn't on YouTube. YouTube is the one site that I'm always more concerned with because those videos stay up forever. But YouTube apparently just lost their mind or something and didn't realize those were all YouTube songs. Did I do that again? Look at that. Look at that. I did it way down there. Now I got to undo these stitches. Because one went around. Yeah, I got to redo these. One went around the foot. Dang it. And no, I'm not going to leave it like that. I could leave it like that, but I'm not going to do that. We are making a Winnie the Pooh, by the way. This is a new die set from Spellbinders that just came out about 6 days ago is when the release was. Undoing stitches is okay, but I'm not going to leave. I'm a little bit too OCD to leave it like that. We got us a zombie. Hey, Silver, let's see if you've been naughty or nice. Type into the chat, ! Check. CHECK. I want to see if Silver's been good. Has Silver been naughty or nice? Silver's been naughty. I'm not sure what Tamara is saying here. So Tamara said, what time of day do you like to without Debbie? I think she may have said to be without Debbie or to watch Debbie. I don't know what this meant. Even Santa knows. Silver says, of course, even Santa knows. So Silver the Diamond Witch does diamond painting, if I remember correctly, because I've been busy and haven't been able to do all the things. And I think I have a button to be able to give you a shout out. There we go. Be sure to go and take a look at, yeah. Yeah. Be sure to check out Silver the Diamond Witch for some lovely diamond painting goodness. And give her a follow. Oh, happy to, honey. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Oh, what time of day do I like to work out? Okay, that's what the question was. Thank you, Tamara. Well, I'm one that it really depends. When I was going to a job every day, going to the gym right after work worked out great. When I was doing aerobics classes, the time for the aerobics classes was really perfect because then I get to hang out with my friends. And what I found worked the best for me when I was doing that was the fact that I told them I would be there. That would be like about 5:30 or something. And yeah, I didn't really, especially when I was not working. When I was doing massage, I would have a kind of a not a traditional schedule. And yeah, so when my friends would be planning me to meet them at 5:30, I would be there at 5:30 because I said I would be there. So having an accountability buddy really does help. Right now, I don't really have an accountability buddy or anybody I'm working out with. I've switched to Planet Fitness because it is right up the street. The plus side is it's right next to Michael's. The downside is it's right next to Michael's. And it's not as expensive as when Bally's LA Fitness, whatever merger thing. Yeah. Sorry, I'm walking outside. Look right to me. Okay, so Tamara says, sorry, I'm walking. Outside looked right to me. Law. Yes, I love group classes or weights alone. Absolutely. Well, when I learned how to do weights, it was with my late husband, Bob. He had been a bodybuilder. When I met him, he was actually training for doing the Mr. Montgomery contest. We lived in Montgomery, Alabama. But he was training for that one. And he was buff. And he looked good. Yeah. Anyhow, so yeah, I learned how to do all the weights and stuff from him. And I know how to do it. Classes are great because you can have people that you're going to hang out with. And downside of that is that we would go to a bar afterwards. First, we would go into the sauna and hang out for a while in the sauna, and then we would all go to a bar. So we kind of defeated part of the purpose, except I did sing and dance at the bar. So that's a plus 2, I guess. So we've got our 2 little legs and one of his arms. And they do look like, yeah. My walking buddy moved to Florida. She likes the weather there better than in Wisconsin. Where in Florida, Jennifer? Because I'm in Sanford, Florida. That is right outside Orlando. Okay, we're going to go ahead and cut another piece of our floss. And this floss, although it is off by a number, I mean, I didn't even notice the 744 there, and I'm using 743. DMC is 743, and it is so close. I think this is perfect, and it just happened to be what I already had. Boo Boo Face. Who's Boo Boo Face? Okay, and Jennifer, I have to agree with your friend, by the way. I'm from Alabama, and I moved to Florida because I love the weather here better. She's in St. Augustine. Oh, that's nice. I do like St. Augustine. I haven't been there in a bit. Last time we went, we were meeting up with Todd's brother, Sean, because he was in town for something. So we met there. He was in Jacksonville, and we are here closer to, we're south of Daytona. And yeah, so going up there was about halfway. Okay. Stamper Girl says, my husband wants to move to Wisconsin. I'm not convinced. Stamper Girl, where do you live, honey? Where do you live, Dallas? Because I don't remember. You're in Illinois. Both places is cold. I'm not doing the cold. Y'all need to come down here. I say that, but nobody's really taken me up on it. I mean, Mary wants to. But she says she needs a husband first, and we haven't found her a husband yet. Oh, I just remember Ryan said at one point that he was thinking of moving away, and I don't remember where he said he was going to be moving away. And last night he was saying we need to get together for dinner, so I do agree. We do need to get together for dinner. Last time I had dinner with Ryan was when Mary was in town, so I drove over to Cocoa, and we had dinner over there. And I was tired. I think I did a live or something that day, but I was tired. He was tired because he'd been working all day. But it was still nice getting together with them. And Mary was sunburnt. And I keep thinking that it was like just a couple of months ago. And you know what? It was like a year ago. I think she said it was like a year and a half ago. Same kind of thing when Amanda from Pear Blossom Press came on live with us once. I kept thinking that it had been like just a couple of months ago. And at the time when I was saying this, it had actually been a year. Now it's been at least 2 years since Amanda came on with us, and I need her to come on live with us again. Oh, that reminds me, I need to look at a calendar. Because, yes, next Thursday, we're going to have another Sublimation Thursday with Elizabeth. And Ashley from Artistry is going to be on with us. So I need to make sure I hook up with Elizabeth and get the link and everything for Ashley, and make sure that everybody remembers, because time flies. Jen says, let me know if you're going to the Keys. We haven't been to the Keys in a long time. That's actually where we had our honeymoon. And I don't see us going there anytime soon, just because we don't drink anymore. And one of the fun things we did in Key West was the Duval crawl. Yeah. It's been over 10 years, I think, since the last time we went to Key West. But it's still gorgeous. I think we went to a couple of plant conservatories or something while we were down there. And I know one Thanksgiving we went to, I think it was Key Largo, with Todd's parents. Bethany's back temporarily while she waits for her food. She just ordered a curder burger, a burger with a giant cheese curd the same size as the meat patty. Honey, my stomach is already growling. Shut it. I love you. But yeah, my stomach is growling. I'm going to have lunch, but I want to finish our bear. It is almost 2, but I kind of want to keep on going till we get done with him. And then I'll have a cute little Pooh bear. And it doesn't take nearly as long if you don't do those teeny weeny stitches. So my stitches are a bit bigger than the first one around. You may take your cubby on a surprise trip to Key West. Wow. That would be fabulous. Yeah, Thanksgiving time would be nice. Yeah, only thing is you're going to, because it is Thanksgiving, also because it is basically winter everywhere else, you're going to have to deal with a lot of tourists. It's not going to be nearly as hot though. So that's going to be a good thing, because it gets really, ouch. I just stuck myself and y'all saw it. But yeah, it gets really hot here, especially if you're going to be outside, especially during the summer. And that's the thing. When we went there for our honeymoon, we actually went a month after we got married. So it was June when we had our honeymoon in Key West. It gets really, ouch. It does get really hot though. Right now here, where's the thermometer? It is 86 degrees outside right now. We had the windows open last night, so when I got up this morning, Okay, it was almost not morning anymore. But when I got up this morning, I had to, I opened up all the windows. I had decided that when we started opening the windows that there was way too much dust on the windowsills, so I dusted the windowsills to get rid of some of that yuck. Like, one of the windows is behind Todd's desk, so nothing ever gets cleaned back there because it's behind his desk. Just like this window here, I have a window here, I never clean it because it is right behind all my computer screens, and no, it would be too much trouble. I'd basically have to clean off my entire desk, move all of my computer equipment and everything just to be able to get to the window. Also, my desk is right up against the window too, so I can't actually reach it. Okay, Jennifer, I live an hour and a half from the Dells in Milwaukee area. My kids almost daily are going to the Dells. Okay, so Dells, because I misread that. Bethany is in Milwaukee. So I have to be careful not to have one of these loop around his foot again. Or his hand again, because that's what it did before. There we go. That one looks better. See how it's trying to go around the hand? That's what I had that's the reason I had to go back and restitch that one part. This is actually not taking all that long. That's nice. Oh, really? Where are you from? Jennifer says, we have family in Milwaukee, so they travel that way often. Okay, so Jen, I did see your message, so thank you, hon. We'll see. Like I said, I have no idea if we're gonna when or if we're gonna be going down there again. I mean, I'd love to go with them. There was one point where we were thinking, you know what, we need to move here when we retire, and it would cost well over $1 million just for a shack. That's not on the beach down there. I mean, yeah, the property prices. I mean, we looked at things just because we're. Window shopping, that's what we'll call it. Dream building, yeah. So we were looking at things and the prices, oh my goodness. There's just no way. So Bethany was born in Wausau, Wisconsin, but raised in Milwaukee. Yeah, my first husband's sister, Louie, she lives in, I think she still lives there, in Madison. She lives up in Madison, Wisconsin. And her husband had, I think it was a bar that they had. It's been so long, goodness. And I've never gone up there to visit. We never went up to visit. They would come down, and so I met her and her husband and stuff. But yeah, never did get to go up there. I think one of the last times I saw them was probably when we were on vacation with Bobby at one point. I'm pretty sure they came to Bob's funeral. And most of the time, Louie would come down and Pat couldn't. I mean, it's been so long since I saw any of those folks. It's always weird when I see pictures of people, like her son has gray in his hair. Pooh is taking less time than Fergus has had. I can't say that for sure because we haven't gotten to the main part of the body yet, but we have been streaming almost 2 hours already. So, yeah. I was also being much more careful on that one because I was out of practice. Now I'm a little bit more in practice because we just finished doing Fergus. And this is a different type of stitch too. This is, I think, I'm going to look it up to see, but I think this is the whip stitch. And if it is one that is a little easier or faster than the blanket stitch, which is also an easy one. I was also trying to make sure I made it into each of those specific holes, and this time around I don't have to worry about the holes. I'm not trying to do the holes are great, especially if you have never stitched felt before, because it tells you exactly where to go. I mean, I was kind of, okay, Stephanie, thank you. Now I don't have to look it up. She just saved me time. She says, yes, this is a whip stitch. See, when I was learning to sew and stuff when I was a kid, my mom never told me what the stitches were called. She just said, do it. She just showed me how to do it, and I did it, and we were fine. I never knew the name of the stitches. Same thing with crocheting. I don't know the names of the different crochet stitches or knitting stitches, but you kind of need to know the names of them in order to make sure that you're doing it right, right? And since I'm not really having to, dang it. It did it again. I have to go back and redo some stitches. If I can find it. All right. I think I have 2 stitches there that are close, which might be why I can't find the right one. There we go. Oh, it may have been the last one. That was so stupid of me. It's like, I think it may have been one of the last stitches right there, and I wasn't paying attention, and it wrapped around the end of his paw. Can't have that. And I already cut it too, so now my thread is shorter than I really want it to be. Yeah, I didn't get any blood on Pooh Bear. So I'm trying to tie it off right there. Okay, there we go. So it is tied off, and I'm going to trim it. And we don't have that little edge on there. So I think that's good enough. There we go. Goes that way. There. So there we go. Now we need to start on the main part of Pooh. But I think before I do that, I'm going to go get some water. So I will be right back, and you guys get to see. I'm going to just put up my, I don't even know if I got the Be Right Back screen up right. Yes, I do. Yeah. told Stephanie that she could leave. Bye, Stephanie. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us, honey. And I'm sorry you have to go, but you can catch the rest of it on the replay. Thank you, hon. But still, we didn't tell you could leave. You've been trapped. All of you people have been trapped. I have trapped you. I'm joking. Okay, now we're going to do his body, I think. Okay, step 4. We are done with step 4. Repeat until you have 2 arms and 2 legs. So we have 2 arms and 2 legs. Step 5. Repeat step 4 for his body. It is recommended to start behind, just start on the back, just behind the neck. Working counterclockwise. All right, is this more than 2? Did I not split it? I need to split it. This is 4 strands. I just need 2 strands. Okay, and we're probably going to use more of this. Jen says, same bat time, same bat channel. I'm not leaving, though. I'm not leaving yet. I think I'm going to start just a little bit below his neck so I can have a little flat space that I can do first. And this one has got 2 layers of the batting. So I'm going to try to put this in the middle of that. And of course, I forgot that I needed to. Don't I always do this? Stephanie says, this is no surprise. It's going to turn out so cute. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. Are you guys still here? I'm assuming y'all are still here. Like I said, I'm going to try to get this done today. At least the bear. I don't know what other pieces I want to add. Or what other pieces are in there. So I need to look and see what all it says that there is. Coal Patrol says so. Trapped. You guys are trapped. My Coal Patrol. Okay, got a double knot there. I'm going to flip it over and see what comes up as step 6. So step 6 is where you can also add in extra fluff for Pooh Bear's tummy, which is one reason why they say to start in the bag. That gives you a place to add it. Okay. So I've got my stitch on the inside, so it's going to be hidden. And I just need to line this back up and start working our way around. Ghosties. Thank you, Ruth. Witchy! Thanks, Carmen. Okay. Pooh is going to be friggin' adorable. Cute little Pooh bear. Pom-poms, anyone? I could make pom-poms. I haven't made pom-poms in a while. I do have the little pom-pom maker thing that I got from Michael's like a long time ago. So I did do a bunch of them for a while. I made pom-pom Adelaide says I even have pom-pom makers. Yep. You got us locked up. Ready-made pom-poms for extra fluff. Well, I was doing this, but that's the thing. I made different planner things. I was making a bunch of that stuff, and my problem was that I kept making stuff, didn't have people to give them to, and I wound up, it's like, where am I going to put all this stuff? I think I still have a collection of planner bookmarks from a decade ago. I mean, some of my really old videos are all planner stuff. Because that's basically how I got started back with crafting. As I was making things for planners, and then I discovered Jennifer McGuire. Then I discovered planner stamps, and then I discovered Jennifer McGuire. And I've been making cards ever since. Because cards are things that everybody appreciates in general. Planner stuff, if you're not a planner, you're not really interested in getting planner stuff, if that makes sense. Because a lot of people don't use one, and unless you're a woman, you're not gonna be interested at all in the cute stuff. And if you are, I mean, a lot of even women, if you're so analytical and using your planner for what it's supposed to be for, the cutesy stuff is not something that people are really all that interested in. So I just didn't do it. But doing something like this, pom-poms would be great for doing with stitched items. So I'm still glad that I have the tools. Adelaide says, I hate planners. Well, they're good if you want to keep yourself on track, but sometimes it doesn't work anyway. I mean, I use a lot of tools, and I use a lot of tools all the time. So Stephanie made pom-poms to create easy stuffing. That actually is kind of a cool idea. You'd have to make sure that they were a color that would go good with the felt, though, because what if it's, I mean, I'm thinking of doing a black one or bright red or something like that in there, because I've got lots of different colors of yarn, by the way. Might not be good inside something, depending on, oh my god, depending on the thickness of the felt, because it might show through. Am I right? I don't know. I haven't done that. I just bought the batting because that's what the instructions said. But I do love hearing how you do it. Okay, you don't see it. Okay, well, that's cool. God. Okay. Here's Bethany's lunch. Bethany is sharing in the food channel. No, that's in the general chat. I thought I had a food channel. Oh, I do have a food channel. And that's where Ruth, first off, we've got Ronan's recipe. His baked beans wet recipe that will feed a lot of people. And then Ruth put some in here for banana bread. And bacon potato quiche. Oh, God, that sounds good. And then butterbeer ice cream. This one sounds good. Onions, garlic, eggs, bacon, cheese, potatoes. I may have to try that at some point. Oh, you can put it in between the batting. Oh, that's kind of cool. Make him even bigger. I'm, of course, and that would be in place of the extra stuffing. Yeah, I'm still not real good with felt yet. I'm getting there. I'm getting better, I think. And I'm getting more comfortable with it. So I'm not real sure how much strain you can put on all the things. So that's why I'm basically following the instructions. I'm not following a video this time. I'm just following the instructions that they're doing here. I guessed at what I thought the stitch was, and you told me I was right. So that's good. I'm getting there, like I said. Which also tells you that this is not rocket surgery. You guys can do it. I've only ever used batting for tea cozies I've made. I always put stuffing when making plushies. Made a sock Pikachu. That sounds so cute. Haven't actually made a whole lot of things here. I did do a little bit of amigurumi. And it takes so long to crochet those that I haven't done many more. The last one I think I did was a kitty I gave my mother-in-law. Black cat, Halloween hat, the whole bit. Hey, Deadly. Deadly, though. Deadly does some amazing amigurumi. At least, I think he does, because I haven't seen any pictures yet. Wait, I can do this. I know you can. We are stitching Pooh Bear. We're making a Pooh. Okay, on Twitch, loads of commercials. Loads of commercial felt is quite strong, and that's why it is heavy on the floss. It is hard going stuff. The first felt that I got, though, I got at Michael's, and it ripped a lot. You guys may remember that from when we did the deer and the fox and stuff last fall, I think it was. But yeah, I had trouble with it. This felt that I'm using today is from Spellbinders. It's the one that they've got as part of the, I think it's part of this collection, so there's links to everything. I've also used HTV Ront felt. That's what I've been using recently, and it's been great. This that I'm using today is softer than the HTV Ront. But it is still very sturdy. So that's one of the things I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out. Because the other is a bit stiffer. This is softer, but I haven't had any places that I thought it was going to rip at. Idoliz says, next to me I have 3 teddy bears I stitch by hand, even with arms, legs, and movable head. Oh my goodness. My Pooh Bear's head's not going to move. Yeah, I have a teddy bear. Actually, we have 2 bears on our bed. One was where I was giving, well, one was given to Todd by his ex-wife when they were together. And I gave him another one to replace it, and he won't sleep with it. He doesn't like it because it's got a bow. And he finds the bow scratchy. So that's my bear. We sleep with bears at night. We take our bears on vacation with us. And mine, the pellets are kind of getting, yeah. I need to re-stiff it. It has to feel stiffened, then it's great. Handmade felt won't cut with a die cutting machine. That is good to know. I just know that this stuff is working great, and it cut real cleanly. I did need to use my, I probably need to put some stuffing in there. So the stuffing I have here is just what I have already got open. This, I believe, is some of the stuff that Todd was using for inside speakers, because they used that. Yeah, if it's too soft, it's not going to want to cut. And that's one of the problems that I had with my putting a little extra stuffing in his head. But that's one of the problems that I had with the first ones that I was doing, is that the felt, because I was just trying to match colors, you know, like you're trying to get the right colors of cardstock to make your stuff, right? Yeah, I haven't even used sizing on anything. Stephanie says you can use iron-on backing to stabilize felt. So we are learning a lot about felt today. Stephanie apparently is an expert. Okay, I'm going to say that's probably enough for his head. Oh, I'm going to do a little bit more. So I'm going to continue stitching. I only added that because I wanted to make sure I got some in his head. Look at him. Ah, he's so cute. I wanted to make sure I got some into his head area. And if I go too far down, it's going to be harder to get it in there. But yeah, sizing, iron-on backing or iron-on sizing does make it easier for you to get all your fabrics to be stiff like they need to be. I remember making something back in the 80s when everything needed, you know, big shoulder pads and things like that. I remember making something. What was it I made? It was something it was clothing. It was some kind of clothing for me, and I used that stuff. Yeah, I definitely want to make sure that it is stitched well enough at his neck. Okay, that looks good, I think. Now I just need to make 24 more and make some Christmas hats for them, and you'll have the most Christmas. Yes, this would be really cute ornaments. And it doesn't take all that long. This is something that, other than you possibly sticking yourself with the needle, so have a light, you could do this while you're watching TV at night. I have a tendency to write emails and make the thumbnail for the next video and set up my next video and all the things. I do that a lot at night while I'm watching TV with the Todd. So I check my emails and do all the things. Yeah, you could even machine stitch them. If you machine stitch them and, you know, maybe stitch them and then turn them around, you do need to make sure you have a little border. You're going to wind up with smaller ones. But yeah, if you're doing this for ornaments, that would be a lot quicker. If you're doing hand stitching, you could do this while you're watching TV. I've even done diamond painting when I was watching TV. I never did finish that one. That was the one that fell onto the floor in my junk room as I was looking for the batting because I couldn't remember where I put it. But yeah, it fell on the floor. And the reason it fell on the floor is because the rubber band broke because it's been sitting on the shelf so long with a rubber band wrapped around it. So I probably need to bring that back out. I think that one is a beach scene, I think. And I've got another one that I've never worked on. Todd got me, I think he got me a Doctor Who themed one, and I haven't even started it. My column of crap Stamper Girl says, my column of crap fell 3 days ago and it's still on the floor. I'm trying to do better with getting all my stuff organized, though. I'm trying to, if I don't get it organized, I'm not going to start getting rid of things. And I know that. I need to be able to go in there and find what I'm looking for. Right now, I think I'm starting to get things so that I can organize better and I'm able to find some things. A lot of my dies are actually sorted like they're supposed to. All of the clubs are together by club because I'm trying to do everything by SKU number. Nobody says you have to turn things you machine stitch. You work really close to the border. Yeah, you can do a zigzag stitch all the way around, I think. I'm still thinking just because of how close this is to the edge, I can't, yeah, 1/4 inch is basically where I have to try to stitch. It has to be 1/4 inch or bigger from the edge. I'm not going to be able to do 1/8 of an inch from the edge. Uh-oh.
What a way to run a railroad. Now, if I say...
Jen says, my pile's dangerous. And we have Miss Amaret in the house. And we're making... Oh, you forgot something. I was thinking you were already in here. She had forgotten to do Daffy. If I forget y'all are in here, I do apologize, because it's kind of like you're at a party and you're running into all your friends and you see all the people that you love, and then you're talking to one and then you're talking to a different one, and then you forget who all was already there. So you get excited all over again when you see them in here again. Oh my God, you have me on your TV again. Okay. Okay, I'm going to have to tie this off and start another. Another stitch. So I'm going to just try to do this real quick. Because I don't have enough to go the rest of the way around. But I do have more over there. So let me go ahead and do that. He's so cute. I'm going to add some more stuffing now. And then I'll stitch some more. And then I'll add more stuffing. And then I'll stitch some more. He's adorable. I am loving this little Pooh. I'm putting all of the stuffing like in between the layers of the batting. It's a Pooh Bear. Okay, so I just noticed on here it says to stop here, so you can stop and add the limbs, because we still have to add his arms and legs to it too. So I just need to go a little bit further around, supposedly, so I can add his arms and legs. And since we're already done with his head, I could go ahead and glue on his nose. I think I'll go ahead and glue on his nose real quick. Then he'll look like Pooh Bear, right? He's so cute. I probably could go ahead and try to add one of his arms and legs, but I don't think it really gave... I don't think it gave instructions as to how to do that part yet. I'm going to have to look and see if it shows it anywhere. I need more glue on this. And of course my tweezers tried to hold on to the nose. Okay, Pooh is friggin' adorable. Alrighty, let me see how it says to do his arms and legs. Finishing Pooh is the trickiest part. The legs are placed in different spots and are to be sewn separately. So on this image, you can see that they had them in two different areas. Okay. Okay, so I think we're going to go ahead and try to put these pieces on. Then I can start doing the rest of it. I'm actually going to finish this thing up, guys. It's been 2.5 hours, and we're most of the way done. Now it's the hard part though. The rest of it was super easy. I don't think I've made anything where I had to actually attach the arms and legs. So, and this does show that he's got it in different areas so that it looks different, like the front and back leg. Looks like the arms are together correct, are basically even, and the legs are not. Because you want it to look like he's walking. Okay. I do need those itty bitty buttons. I do agree, but I think I've got some buttons, but I didn't order any buttons. And I don't tend to get buttons because I don't use them, and I know it. I know some folks put a lot of things like lace and buttons and, you know, thick embellishments and stuff on their cards. I don't tend to do that. I'm not sure why, but it's one of those things that I've never really gotten into, so I haven't done any of it. Okay, so we're gonna do that leg first, I think, and it says it's supposed to go about there. I need to double knot it first. But this is one of those few occasions that I know I could use a button. Another reason why I don't buy a lot of that stuff is because since I don't use it that much, I need to use what I've got. I think I may have some pom-poms and some little teeny weeny pom-poms in my stash that are at least 20 years old. Hence, one of the reasons I need to organize and go through all of my stash. Some of this stuff is where I had it from before when the kids were little. And I never got around to using it, but I never threw anything out. So it's not anything I've used for a card or anything like that, or even bought for a card. So I need to get rid of some of that stuff, and I haven't done it. So I'm going to be doing donating of some old stuff. Okay, so we've got our little, I think this is probably on there long enough. So this goes about midway low. I think I'm going to stitch through the batting just to make sure that it's stable. I don't really need to, I don't think. I don't think it says to. So there's the little stitch that it's going to be held on with. And let's just make sure everything's not getting tangled up. Why don't you use a black pearl as a nose? That would be cute too. Again, I don't know that I've actually got any of this stuff, so. Any of my sewing stuff I still need to go through. I need to go through that too. One year at my job, I was, oh my goodness, who was it? I was the Mad Hatter. Okay, so it looks like I've got it pretty much straight, and I don't want it that. I want it to be that way. So I'm going to stitch it again. Now that it's in about the right spot, I'm going to tilt it forward and stitch again. Pooh Bear cuteness. Pooh Baby cuteness overload. And then we're going to see if that is about where I want it. I think that's close enough. Gotta do one more stitch through just to make sure that it stays on there, and then I'll tie it off on the inside. So he's got one leg. Now we got to do the other one. Same kind of thing, but it's going to be positioned different because we're trying to do it the way it's showing here. So this one needs to go about right. Oh, that would be cute. Right about there, I think. And I just remembered I did not tie it off. I need to tie it a lot. Yeah, definitely faster than Fergus. Well, I also broke up the whole thing with Fergus. I mean, I was trying not to do these incredibly long live streams because Todd doesn't really like it if I go more than a couple of hours. Because he has to try to focus on his job and he can't do it when I'm talking. So I am trying to be courteous of him. However, he's not here today. He's at the office today, so I don't have that time constraint. I also did keep you guys a little less time than normal the last couple of days because I had to rush. But y'all know how it is. Yeah, I'm going to have it tilted just a little bit to the back, I think. And you could, of course, put your arms and legs in whatever position you want. I did not break up with Fergus. Fergus is sitting over here behind me. I have Fergus. See? Wait, button. See, you can see Fergus. Both of them are sitting over there. I did not break up with Fergus. I do love my Ferguses. They are super cute. I think I'm going to let's do one more stitch just to be on the safe side. So I'm going through it 3 times. I don't know if you have to. As long as both legs have a chance of reaching the floor. Yeah. But you could do your arms and legs in whatever position that you want to. You don't have to go by what they said here, but it is kind of, they're going basically having that is kind of the way that Pooh had his arms kind of hanging in a lot of the images that we have from when we were kids, right? So now we have his little legs. Oh my God, he's so cute. And then after you get done, I'm thinking it wouldn't be that hard to either hot glue or stuff or stitch buttons on there if I find buttons that I like. So for his arms, we can do the same kind of thing. I need to do a double knot on the end. I do like the printed instructions. By the way, that is one of my plans for when I move all of the workshops over to Spark. I'm planning on basically redoing a lot of things. I'll probably edit the videos a little bit, but I do want to add instructions for you guys, written instructions. So I don't know if it's something you guys are actually interested in for looking at the past workshops, because I got a ton of them. But I think that might be helpful. Plus having some technique videos and things added with possibly doing written instructions depending on the technique. So I've got a lot of plans for what I want to add to it, which is one reason why I got to get so much stuff done now. I need to stop stressing myself. I have been stressing out over all the things I want to get done. And I want to say thank you to everybody who has joined recently. Every day I've been, when I check my email, I'm seeing somebody else signed up for the free membership of Spark. I'm like, that is so cool, you know? Okay, we're going to have, I'm going to do it kind of, yeah, we're going to have his arms to the back. So let's go ahead and add this one. I'm going to start it right about there. That's going to be his shoulder. And the curves on this one, he's got a little bit more of a curve here, which makes me think that that is the end that should be the, I didn't make the third one. That is the end that should be his hand. I've been busy with other things, Jen. I did not make a third one. I was gonna, and then I didn't. Just make sure you don't put the arm around. Where's the... I don't even know where the rest of my batting is. My batting kind of got stuffed down in there. There we go. There's my batting. I think at some point when I... Arms to the back. No! You could. You could do that. You could definitely put his arms to the back. If you do that, you could make him a straitjacket or something. That would be funny. Ruth, what are you thinking? Oh. Well, it is Halloween time, so you could make this into a Halloween style decoration of your choice. That's funny. I'm just glad that me doing the stitching and stuff is not getting Todd to say, hey, I wanted you to fix XYZ. Oh, look at Pooh! Oh my goodness. There's an odd stitch there, but that's okay. But look at him. Oh my goodness, he's so cute. Okay, gotta do the other one. There's a pose where he leans down to Piglet with his arms behind his back. Oh, possibly by changing. Yeah. I was thinking handcuffs. Like I said, you could... Okay, stuffed animals, when we were children, you could make them have any kind of story that we wanted to, right? Stephanie says it's not glue. You can't just scratch it off. Oh, was that because I was looking at the stitch? I was actually saying if it was where I needed to adjust the stitch, because it just looked odd, but that's okay. The color is close enough that it's not really noticeable other than making it look more handmade. Crafting and stress are a no-go. Exactly. But look at Pooh Bear. He's so cute. All right, we're gonna do the other arm. This one, we're gonna do like what they said and have it kind of reaching out. Shoulders still basically the same spot. So let me put my first stitch there. You made a Halloween and a blue winter Fergus. I made a green Fergus that was for Christmas and a purple Fergus for Halloween. Or one arm back pulling a wagon of honey. Yes, you could definitely do that. Honey, when you make yours, you can do whatever you want. I don't know if you guys noticed that I am more cautious with the first one than I am with all the others. Have you noticed that? that I'm being very careful, making sure I'm trying to get everything correct the first time around. And then when I start doing an additional piece or doing the same kind of thing again, I'm not as cautious on it because I think I've got it. It's like, this is cool. I get excited, and yeah, it's a thing. Still doing each of these with 3 stitches through to hopefully make it so that they stay on well. This is so cute though. And eventually when I get caught up on things, I can do stitching just for fun. I mean, it is fun, but I could do that for just for fun. Because I have assignments that are due. I mean, that is kind of what I've been doing with the artistry stuff, because I don't have an assignment due. Like, I didn't have to make the mug that was the Halloweeny one, and then I came across the design. It's like, oh my god, that's so easy. And so I went ahead and made one, partially to test out what I was going to do, but I made it also because I wanted it. Okay, so now we need to tie another knot. This might be enough thread to go and finish him up, but isn't he adorable? Oh wow, your mom makes you sew your own socks? Yeah, if Todd wants anything fixed, then he asks me to do it, but then I don't ever get around to it. I mean, I used to make sarongs for, it's hot in here, and he kind of stopped wearing sarongs a couple of years ago, and I didn't even realize that. I was thinking it was because I stopped making them for him. Because he's been a kilt man and everything too. So he's got a kilt. I did not make the kilt. It's a sport kilt that he bought. I have one too that can't fit me because I got too big. Even though it wraps around with Velcro. I think what she's talking about sewing socks is probably fixing them, right? I am loving this Pooh Bear. But yeah, we'd love to know what you're talking about, Ruth. How do you sew socks? Okay, my string is going to try to get wrapped around all of the bits now. Yeah, I'm thinking darning is probably what she's talking about. It's still sewing with a needle and thread though. And I don't know how to do that. I think I tried. And, you know, you can do it, and it's just not going to look right. I could do it, and it wouldn't look right. But, of course, I don't ever... Ruth says, I mean, you probably could with YouTube University. Of course I could, but I don't wear socks. Only time I wear socks is usually if I go for a bike ride or go for a run. And I don't really run. It's like, yeah, I don't wear shoes. I don't wear shoes at home at all. And I've got sandals. And even when I was going to work all the time, I had slip-on shoes that I could slip off under my desk. So I haven't worn... It's too hot in Florida for socks. The only people that wear socks normally or on an ongoing basis here are tourists. There. I've got his legs, his feet pulled down. But yeah, tourists sometimes wear socks. I don't really know why, but they do. I came across this, I came across a tutorial to make a Pikachu and a panda plushie out of socks. Yeah, there are some cute things like that. Again, we really don't have socks. I do have some running socks, and I have some hashing running socks. Hash House Harrier running socks that are like knee socks and cool. Hey, Lady Cricket Bug, how are you doing, honey? Once I get past his leg, I'm going to finish stuffing him, and then we can finish stitching him. And it looks like we're going to be done with him in less than 3 hours. I mean, yes, I did do the die cutting beforehand, but not by much. I really only started doing the die cutting maybe 20 minutes ahead. Maybe. I think it was only like 15 minutes before noon. Rated? What? I didn't get rated. No, because it didn't do the raid thing. No, Lady Cricket Bud just came in and said hi because she loves me. I might have enough thread there to finish. Okay. I probably didn't leave the hole big enough, but that's okay. You need a picture of Todd in his kilt? Well, honey, you know what? There's a picture of Todd in his kilt on my Facebook. It's the wedding picture that you guys saw, where we are looking at each other. He's doing a weird face, and I'm doing a weird face, and my friend Chip is the only one that didn't do a weird face. And I think I said for that picture, do a weird face. And it's something I reposted not long ago, like within the last month or two, maybe. And someone, it may have been Terry, said that he had nice legs, which he does. Although yesterday he was kind of... I don't know what you're talking about. Just lift it. Why am I doing anything with the thread? I'm just stuffing him. I'm stuffing my Pooh Bear. I'm probably going to put as much stuffing in as I can do because I want him to be a tubby little cubby all stuffed with fluff. But yes, thank you for the check-in, Lady Cricket Bug. Thank you, honey. Let's see if I can get some more up into his neck and head. Oh, I can. Now that he's mostly stitched, I don't feel bad, overstuffing him. He be putting on the punny pants with how tubby he will be. I still got plenty of room in here for more stuffing. It's just so cute. I may have to give this to my mother-in-law just because I think she'd get a kick out of it. See how fat he is? He needs a little bit more. There's a little bit more can go in his back. Okay. Miser Pooh Belly. Oh, Ruth Miser Pooh Belly. Yeah. I think that's going to be it. Okay, I'm going to say that's it, and then I'll smush him around so that he's a little bit more consistent. Get the Pooh Bear. Oh gosh, he's so cute.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message. I love you. Now back to our show.
Thank you, Danielle. He does look lovely. Y'all didn't think we'd get done in one day, did you? I didn't think I'd get done in one day. I haven't decided what I'm going to do tomorrow yet. I need to look at what I've got to do. What do I need to get done? I could do another pasta theme. Because I do want to do a couple more cards of those too. Look at him. He's so cute. Let me look at my list real quick. Where did I put it? There it is. Oh, I still need to do, I need to do, when is that one coming out? Oh, that one might actually be coming out tomorrow. I need to look at that. There was an email. There was a thing. So I may do a new collection thing that's coming out. I think it's either coming out today or tomorrow. Let me look real quick to make sure. Okay, correction. That one doesn't come out until the 22nd. So that does narrow it down. It's like, I thought that was coming out tomorrow. No, it's not. It's where there was something supposed to have come out last week and then it didn't. They postponed it. It looks like it's been actually moved to next Friday. So I will be doing something on the 21st, 22nd, whatever the day is, on release day for that one. So tomorrow we can do Wendy Vecchi Tabbed Classics. So that one I think is going to be kind of cool. It's the one with the pocket. And I'm going to have to look and see what all it is because I don't remember off the top of my head. But it was pretty and I wanted to play with it. And maybe I'll bring out some of the stuff from one of the other collections like the Beautifully Imperfect because we love, love, love that butterfly, right? Let go of his ear. I said, let go of the ear. There we go. So I went through the stitches forward and then I went through the stitches back. And that made it work good. Yeah, I think it wound up making the tying off easier than me trying to tie it off. But there's our Pooh Bear. How adorable. I think he's almost too fat. Is he too fat? What do you think, guys? Is he too fat? I think he's cute. I think he is cute. Find another die that was not meant for stitching and do it in felt. A ghost, a pumpkin. Yeah. Adeline says, he's okay. Fine. Perfect amount of fat and round. So cute. So cute. So there are other pieces that you can do something with. We've got a honey jar. We've got a little bee. Yeah, that are in this die set too. So cute. Stephanie says, he looks like me. And I told you he's little. He's teeny weeny. So yeah, he's really okay. My camera is like off center. Okay, he's little. He needs to be on this side, and I need to move that back over there. There now. Okay, so he's little. He can. I'm playing, guys. I think he turned out super cute, and I'm super excited that we got it done in 3 hours. We got it done in less than 3 hours. Can you imagine? Yeah, I think that turned out so fun. Ratio is the same. Impressive belly. Just big belly. I love it. Okay, guys, I'm going to call it. We're going to say that we are done for the day. We'll be back tomorrow at noon Eastern, and yeah, we're going to make a card. I'll make final decisions as to what. I think I need to look at the collections and see what do I want to play with. And I'll probably bring in something from the Beautifully Imperfect. I loved how the crackle did on our little, our Grim Reaper on his outfit. That I think turned out really cool. Just adding that crackle to it gave it a little bit of extra texture and looked so cool. So we could probably do something that's going to that crackle. Yeah, that embossing folder is fabulous. But I know that some folks were saying they wanted foil and stuff too, so I'm just going to look and see what things do I need to get finished for my assignments and stuff, and how can I bring in some other things that you guys want to see. So you feel free to message me on Discord if you want. Maybe I think I've got an ideas place on Discord, or at least I did. That I think I took it down because nobody ever actually put anything in there. But if you have any ideas, let me know. Just let me know what you want to see, and we will get to creating, and I would love to see what you guys do. So keep on putting things in that stream showcase for me. I love it, love it, love it. And I will see you guys tomorrow. But first we have to do the credits. Thank you to all of my YouTube members and Twitch Twitch subscribers, and all the people that got added on. Plus everybody that hung out. I need to slow this back down and get it. It's too fast. Thank you for being part of my crafty family, but I talk fast, and I can't talk that fast to be able to actually keep up with it. So anyway, you guys have a wonderful day. Oh, you're putting your first foiling into the showcase. Yay! So we will be looking at that on Tuesday. So tomorrow at noon, I will be back here again. Same bat time, same bat channel. That's what Jen says at the end of every stream. And you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you later. Bye, guys.